leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives Live. Tonight, our good friend, legendary actor and Laughter Saves Lives Foundation board member, Obba Babatundé, the EMS captain of the Greenlawn Fire Department, Karen Reim. We close the show with some laughs from comic Dr. D. Laughter Saves Lives Live is brought to you by the law firm of Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community. And now, please welcome your hosts, Rich Walker and John Larocchia.
And we're live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives
Live.
here at Strong Island Television and Paradise Studios in beautiful Massapequa, New York.
Yes.
By the Long Island Railroad Station. There we are. Hello, Rich
Look
Walker.
at that. I'm almost as tall as you on screen.
Last week you were not here, and I don't want to use the word accused, but we were told last week that we screamed too much.
Right.
We were too loud.
Right.
Now, I guess when you have your son on,
And you're both yelling at each other like you're
we're
in your living room.
used to being them. So
Yeah.
I'm going to try not to yell tonight.
I have a question. Are you one of those loud families, like in your house, like your neighbors hear you?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And my wife is the loudest one.
Is she?
And I say that because she's watching the show every week now. I didn't realize.
It's funny, like in my house, when we even move a mattress, the whole neighborhood hears us. Ow, 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 put it down, put it down. And my wife's like, my side's heavier. It's a mattress.
No, we're a very, very, very loud house. So it's nice to have you back. We had a good week. Let's start number one. Williston Park Fire Department, thank you very much.
Yeah, what a blast we had.
Rich Walker ran the show for Laughter Saves Lives.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. I was traveling. I was teaching a class in New York, Pennsylvania, early Saturday morning to the Office of Emergency Management because, like I always say, I'm very smart.
Yeah.
Sharing my wisdom in the hazmat area. It is so cool to see Facebook posts of a Laughter Saves Lives show taking place, and I'm not there.
Yeah.
And knowing that I had Rich Walker and Les Deegan anchoring the night.
Yeah.
And all supposedly went well.
It did. Did you hear what happened, though?
I did.
Not an alarm, a siren.
I heard.
One outside that the whole neighborhood hears.
And you just improv and danced with it.
I did.
And
I was imitating the guys jumping over the tables and chairs. So
I heard. So thank you for doing that.
It was fun.
Vincent Frank Botchkalupskun was on last week talking about Legoland. And he brought a book home the other day. And he said to his mother, I got a book in the library and I'm excited to read it. And she said, what is the name of it?
Yeah.
And he said, Flea Diarrhea. And he thought the word diarrhea was funny, so it must be a funny book. The name of the book was The Diary of a Flea.
Gotcha.
Not flea diarrhea. So just things that kids say.
It's his interpretation.
Yeah, kind of like he said, why are you off next week? And he said, overpass. It was Passover.
Gotcha.
But he said overpass, which is cute. So the Goose, we just had baseball practice. My son brought me down to coach with him since the other coach was there. Have you ever tried to coach 5-year-olds, hyper 5-year-olds in a practice?
No. Is it easy?
It's very difficult, and the key is to spread them out as much as you can.
Right.
And like just take one ball, like one kid, just take one ball and toss it as far as you can until one kid chase that. Then you keep the other kids occupied. Then you take another kid, chase that. And you do about 35 minutes of that, and then that's it.
Very interesting.
So it was a good practice.
Is this his first time playing?
It's his first time playing.
Yeah.
It's his first time playing.
My son was terrible in sports. My son slid into third base, and the coach was fuming mad, not because he got out, because he was running from home.
Oh.
Do you have any?
Well, he was safe. He was safe.
Father.
Yeah. Now here, I'm gonna blow your mind. How are you in math?
Oh, my worst subject.
Okay.
I still count my tip under the table.
Okay. Okay. So I go to Ace.
My ring. Yeah.
I go to Ace Hardware, and my wife wants potting soil because she's planting her flowers. I mean, she bought hundreds of dollars worth of stuff.
Wow.
She's going crazy. It's too much. It's too much flowers. So I got to go get the potting soil. So the kid says, you want a 1 cubic foot bag or 2 cubic feet? So I look at the bags and I go, hey, bro, is 2 cubic feet twice the size as 1 cubic foot? And I kind of knew the answer was no, but I didn't remember the exact math. And the kid was wigging. He was looking at the bags, like thinking it's got to be, but the bag doesn't look half the size. And I said, I want you to go home and look this up. And I went back in today, and it must have been his mother working there also.
Right.
And I blew her mind again. I said the same thing. Hey, how come that's $8 and the other one's $20? But
how come? Why would 2 cubic?
1 by 1 by 1.
Right. 2.
It's not like a foot or a square foot. It's volume. So it's not like 2 by 2 by 2. That's what 2 by 2 is 8 cubic feet. 1 by 1 by 1 is 1 cubic feet. I think I got 8 cubic feet right. 2 by 2 by 2. So that's how it works.
So which did you select?
I selected the larger bag.
And you bought one of them.
I bought a whole bunch of the little ones and they got screwed.
Right.
You know, because I couldn't figure out math quick enough. Wilson Park went great. Chain restaurants I want to talk about briefly.
Yeah.
This was a big deal with the guys that I was teaching with when I'm teaching for Homeland Security. There's 5 of us. Can't go to a chain. We're not going to a chain, right? I like the Olive Garden once in a while.
I like chains.
Pat Marone gets all upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to Smoky Bones Joe's.
Smoking Bones on Long Island?
No. It was in York, Pennsylvania, to get a little brisket and some ribs.
Yeah. I was never a fan of that rib place.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've been there.
Smoky Jones.
It's Smoky Bones.
Smoky Bones. That's it.
And the reason why is because I don't know how chains aren't really that good at ribs, like Miller's.
Well, there you go with the chains, and I understand
for ribs,
right?
Steak, I don't mind.
Well, pasta. I mean, chicken parm. You can't go to Olive Garden.
Texas Roadhouse. We go to
Texas Roadhouse is a bit.
We love the one on 110 now. What is it? The
110 rib place?
No, it's Texas.
Texas
Longhorn Steakhouse.
Ooh,
nice. Yeah,
that's a good one. We're both kind of mellow.
We know
tonight.
food. It is. It seems
like
quiet,
like a mellow,
right?
But it's going to change when I introduce Obba Babatundé. Then it all changes.
Yes.
It's almost like Vincent Frank watching jail.
Yes.
But I love having Obba on just to say his name. Obba doesn't know that, but tonight we're just saying his name. Like we're going to show his picture. He's going to say hi. Just say his name because we miss him so much.
And let people figure out.
Yes. Yes, he'll go John, and we'll go. Oh, but that was it, and he'll be upset with us. No, we love Obba.
Always a great guest. Always.
So the big graduation with Olivia from college, Binghamton University.
Yes.
She's graduating after 4 years. The same day is Lillian Virginia Lollapalooza Petunia's birthday, first birthday.
Whoa!
Do you notice that Vincent Frank Bachkul isn't the only one that Graham Babs gave another name to? And I
like the nicknames, right?
Yes. I am catering the event, for my family.
In your yard?
No, we're up in Binghamton. We're outside my daughter's apartment, up there, little apartment. Guess where I'm catering from? Not the Olive Garden. The local supermarket, Wegmans.
Oh, Wegmans is a great
Larocchia going all out.
Yes.
But, Olivia told me it's not bad. She went to a few meetings and stuff. They catered, so... That's what we're doing.
Good.
So that's Olivia's graduation. I'm going to throw something at you.
Yeah.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
And we try to make lemonade out of lemons. Lemons.
Yeah.
What is it again?
I'm going to make lemonade.
All right.
Out of lemons.
And I give you a topic sometimes, and you get a little upset at me because you say you should have prepared me or whatever.
Throw it at me.
But you're wonderful at improvising. Yes. All right, so I'm going to throw something at you.
Well, I have a story about everything. That's my thing.
It's true. Some of them are good. Some of them not so good.
Right. It gets people sick sometimes.
Took down my deck a little bit. There was some extra pieces of wood I have to call special pickup to pick it up.
No.
Do you have a funny story or joke about special pickup?
I don't know.
Putting you on the spot.
Okay, well, how about a funny story and a joke in it, but it's true.
Perfect.
So I just thought of this now. When I first moved into my apartment by myself, I had a friend who's like, he says, I have a couch for you, a love seat. You should have it. I didn't know it was 5th generation bachelor.
Oh.
So it was the 5th bachelor in a row to have this couch.
First generation.
So I'm sitting down.
Yeah.
I'm watching TV and I get a little itchy. itching.
Oh.
Now this itching went on for about 2 weeks of itching and little welts on my skin. I don't know what it is. I Lysol everything. So one night I'm watching TV and I'm sitting there enjoying the show and I'm like, that's it. I had enough. I get up, the whole couch down the flight of stairs, rolled it down the stairs.
By yourself?
By myself.
You were angry.
Boom, boom, boom. I was angry.
Right.
Out by the curb goes the couch. No less than an hour later, it's gone. Somebody picked it up. Right? So here's the kick into the story. 2 weeks, I'm coming around the corner. And there it is, out by someone else's garbage. So they probably had enough of it. It took them 2 weeks.
5th generation. Yeah. Holy crap. That's a funny story. That was good.
Look at that. I came up with that like that.
Rich Walker. Let's go
Wasn't planned at all.
Let's go to break, and we'll be back with our man, Obba. Got a good intro this time for Obba.
Good.
Yeah.
"9/11 didn't end on 9/11. 500,000 people were exposed to the World Trade Center toxins and are still at risk today. 68 cancers have been linked, including skin cancers, prostate cancer, breast cancer, blood cancers, and many respiratory illnesses. Fortunately, all victims qualify for free health care, and more than $10 billion is available from the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund.
I was a paralegal just 2 blocks from Ground Zero. I had skin cancer and lymphoma.
I worked at Goldman Sachs. I had kidney cancer and respiratory illnesses.
I was a downtown teacher. I had breast cancer. I qualify.
I qualify.
I qualify.
If you were downtown anytime on or after 9/11, call Barasch and McGarry, the lawyers for the 9/11 community. Call today. No law firm has recovered more money with over $2 billion awarded to 9/11 victims. If you worked, lived, or went to school in the exposure zone on or after 9/11, call Barasch and McGarry today.
My father worked downtown. He died of bladder cancer.
I ran from Gateway Plaza in a cloud of smoke as the towers fell.
My mother and I qualify.
I qualify.
Barasch and McGarry's advocacy for 9/11 victims isn't just professional, it's personal. With offices just steps from Ground Zero, they witnessed the pain of the 9/11 attacks and lobbied Congress to pass and permanently extend the Victim Compensation Fund.
I was a downtown court officer. I had prostate cancer in 2007. I qualify.
We all qualify.
I don't want to change him. We're back.
We're back.
Bobby was just telling us Bobby, what is your title? You owner, manager, engineer, all of those? No, he won't respond. Yeah, Bobby says there he is.
I would say that I am the engineer, I guess, the studio engineer.
Could you be like, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain?
Sure.
What is it?
It's funny. Bobby caught you telling me before the show. I said I should have wore a collared shirt.
Yeah.
And you said that's not who we are.
That's not who we are.
No, he said that's not who you were.
Right. Oh yeah, but it's not who you are.
It's not who you are, Richie.
Yeah.
Richie's like
that's nice of him.
But Bobby doesn't like us. He doesn't not like it. He says we talk the whole time. We talk the whole time during the commercial.
No, they do. They don't. The intro, the breaks. They don't stop. I try to warn them when we're coming, but every time we're coming back, they're in the middle of conversation.
Because we're students.
You know what else?
I try.
That's who we are.
That's who we are.
That's who we are.
See, Bobby, that's who we are. So that's Bobby. He's the engineer, owner, manager, all of that. And he keeps Butch in line. Like every time Butch has wanted to come in 8 times now, and Bobby can shut him right down.
Yeah.
Because Butch would.
So he's doing his job.
Keep coming on. All right, let's bring out our first guest. Man, I love this guy. This is one of the friends of Laughter Saves Lives.
I do.
He's on our board of directors. He's on SWAT. He's on Bold and the Beautiful, and he's got a whole bunch of other things coming up.
Yeah.
Hold on. Give me a pause here. Ladies and gentlemen, batting first for Laughter Saves Lives tonight, number 22, Obba Babatundé. Yes! Come on,
hey guys.
Is that the best intro you get?
And I'm telling you, man, I'm going to put that in from all my contracts. You have to introduce me from now on.
You say, listen, I want to show you how the Stunad introduces me. That dopey guy from New York. Hello, Obba.
How's it going, guys?
It's going well. It's always nice having your face on our screen. It means a lot to us. We know you're a busy man.
Listen, I love it. I love it. I love it. And Rich, I love the story about the itch. And I was almost sitting here, right? And I'm in the backstage, right? And you go, and I got a little itch, and then you're talking, and you go, you got another little itch, you know. And I started looking at my skin, going, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah, I'm sitting here now, going, what's in here?
I mean, what do you expect? 5th generation bachelor, right? Jeez.
Listen, man, oh man, oh man. And then the beautiful part about, like, and a little while later, a couple of days later, it's back. The next day it's gone, and then a couple of days later, it's back. Somebody else had the itch.
Around the corner, it was out by the curb. I'm like, that's my sofa.
That's my sofa. That's hysterical. Let's just first start with SWAT. I think it's the final episode coming up for the
season finale. Season finale. This is going to be really great.
We watched it the other night. My wife is all excited that those two finally got together. The two characters. She was sitting there like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." I said, "Honey, this is nothing. Next week, we got Obba Babatundé on."
That's right. That's right. And where do you see what's going to be coming up for him? Because that's really, if she thought that was interesting and happy for those two people getting together, where does she hear what's going to happen with Pops getting together with somebody?
Pops is going to woo her away?
Oh, no, but you'll see. I don't want to give it away because I know she's going to be watching, and you always give such good support.
Yeah, we love the show. We love the show, and I love
Tell them real quick where they can watch it.
Oh, SWAT. What channel is SWAT on? Tell them.
Yeah, CBS. And it comes on at 10.
Yeah, good show. Yeah. We watch it every week. If not,
Sunday night.
What other shows do you have going on right now? Are you still on that other show?
You know what? I got a few things that are going on, but I wanted to mention one of the good news is, and you heard it first here. This is season finale, but SWAT got a 6th season pickup, so we're coming back.
And you heard it first here at Laughter Saves Lives Live.
That's right. That's right.
I have a question for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, all kinds of things. I kind of stay pretty busy doing a bunch of stuff. So a buddy of mine asked me to do this film. He's doing an independent film. It's called Mississippi Scholar, right?
Oh.
And he says, "Listen, I got this character for you. Would love you to do it." And he goes, "Okay, but also," and you know how it is with friends. He goes, "But you know what? Can you look at it a little bit and maybe you can do some touches?" So I ended up helping him out with the writing as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Listen, everybody always says this. If we could be in a movie with you or whatever. Richie and I are very easy, though. If you could get us like in a movie, we would be the guys outside the house knocking on the door. You would never see us. Just like a little knock,
Watch how good. Watch how good. Watch.
Okay.
Peas and carrots, peas and carrots, peas and carrots, peas and carrots. What do you think?
It's beautiful, Rich. It's beautiful. That's
I got some.
Rich, try this.
Yeah.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How many peppers did Peter Piper pick?
Peter Piper picked the peckers. How many?
No.
You're fired.
Not peckers. Peter Piper.
Peter Piper. Everybody at home, do it with us.
Peter's a pecker. Let's end right there.
End right there. That's
tough. That's tough. I can't do that.
I took acting classes. Like I know easy ones. Minally Manly. Toy boat.
Yes.
Oh, but have you had any parties? Do you have any parties at your house?
You know, from time to time, I do have a couple of people come over, and I cook.
Whoa! What's your specialty?
Oh, listen, man. I actually, you talked about. You said it was your first apartment. Years ago, I lived in the Bronx, and it was a 5-story walk-up, right?
Yeah.
But all the guys that lived in there, except one, was married. We were all bachelors, right? So the guys said, "Hey, I hear you cook pretty good." So they would give me the money, and I would cook for these guys.
Oh, cool.
And I got really into it, man. I had all of my things diced and chopped, my onions, my peppers, and everything. And I learned to cook all kinds of food. The problem became, even the guy from downstairs who was married, he stopped eating his wife's cooking. He would come upstairs and eat with the guys, right?
How great.
But here was the thing. After they ate, they all would fall asleep all over the house. And I go, "Hey, look, you guys don't live here. You just eat here." But I cook all kinds of things.
That sounds like a great sitcom.
Yeah,
with all these guys in the building cooking, coming to you in your apartment.
So when I come out to LA area, I'm going to try to get invited over for a meal because I'm just a dopey fireman in New York. I'll be, "Obba, what are you doing tonight? Can I come over?"
It could be simple. Yeah. Obba. He's whatever.
This happened to me the other day quickly, and then I want to say something about your 5-story walk up. I was in York, Pennsylvania, teaching a class. I came out. The commissioner was there. Right? He doesn't know that I'm teaching a class. So I come over like Rodney Dangerfield. "Hey, how you doing?" And then I start talking about the foundation. Let's do a show and all of that. He gives me his card. And as I walk away, he looks at me and he goes, "Like, what are you doing here? Like, you're from Long Island? What are you?" He didn't know I was teaching a class. And I said, "I didn't think you use your bathroom. I just came off the highway." So, okay. Here's some. I met a priest or deacon in San Diego 4 years ago.
Okay.
He's living in the finest area on the mountain. Okay, grew up in the Bronx.
Okay.
All right. Worked on Wall Street, made a fortune, moved out to San Diego, and he's helping the homeless out there. All right. Met him at church, talked to him after church, and I said to him, "Let me ask you a question. You live in a beautiful house overlooking the water. You grew up in the Bronx in a project. How do you deal with, he goes, "John, every morning that we wake up, we have to pinch ourselves.
Yes.
I can't believe it." So I'm going to ask you the same question. 5-story walk up, all the guys coming up, eating, you're hanging out, right? How many times a day, a week do you go, "Oh my God, I'm like the luckiest guy around"?
Absolutely. Listen, that's how I start my day. The reality is, an alarm clock didn't wake me up this morning. It was the master, okay? Because a lot of people went to sleep last night with the intention of waking up that didn't wake up today. So I said earlier to you, I woke up this morning, so I got another chance to get it right. I tell people I live life like a musician. Every day I practice to play it a little bit better. And some days I play a wrong note, but I keep practicing. So hopefully that one day I'll be able to play it just the way it should be, a beautiful song.
Jeez.
Perfect.
He's my favorite guest. You are my favorite guy, especially, let's call you a star. I know you're probably not going to say that, but let's say I just feel like we're hanging out, and I listen to you and I'm like, man, I'm learning something. I'm learning about life and about myself at 63 years old. And you're going to look at me and go, "John, you look like you're 50, but I'm 63.
There was a comedian on Long Island, Johnny Huff.
Johnny Huff.
And he said that every day I wake up and I count my blessings. This morning I woke up, I turned to my wife and she said, -1.
You gave him credit.
I gave him credit, yes.
All right, I got another good question. I think it's a good question. All right. You've been in the biz for a while. You worked with some stars, some big names. Don't give me a name. I don't want you to give me a name. What's one of the craziest things that's ever happened to you with somebody that had some pop? Somebody, a big name. So
I got one for you. So I'm doing this movie, and I'm playing the head of the SWAT team, right?
Yeah.
And playing the head of the SWAT team. And there's a very well-known actor in the movie, and he's playing a detective, and but he loves Chinese food. And we're shooting in Toronto, and they got one restaurant there that's like one of the greatest, they say, greatest Chinese food restaurants in North America. So he goes, we don't have a lot of time though, right? So every day he goes to me, he goes, hey, oh, listen, let's go get some Chinese food, right? So I'm dressed in my SWAT outfit.
Right.
He's dressed in a tie and a jacket, right? And we go, right? So guys, when I go into the restaurant, I go like this. I go, hey, excuse me, come here. Can I talk to you? You know, the major thing, I go, I need a table for Mr. So-and-so, right? And they go, oh my goodness, of course. And so every day we would go there to this restaurant. They started knowing us. They had a table. They thought I was his security, right? And he loved Peking duck. Now, here's how you're going to figure out who it is, okay? If you know the movie, like I said, I played the head of the SWAT team. There is a line in the movie that has nothing to do with the movie. Right. At some point, one of the other actors says to him, now listen, you know, you better get these guys out of there, and I don't want any problems. And this well-known actor looks at him and goes, yeah, Peking duck. For no reason. But now you guys, when you see the movie, right, you're going to go, okay, he was the head of the SWAT team. What movie was that? Now, I can tell you the name of the movie if you want that.
Sure.
Wait.
But if not, the audience can check it out and figure it out. They can Google and go, what did he do? You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah.
Well, that story, you could probably tell us the actor's name because that's not anything bad about
it. Okay. The movie was John Q, right?
Okay, John Q.
And the actor was Robert Duvall.
Oh, wow.
And so every day he and we would go there, right? And the line he has is for the other actor, Ray Liotta, because one day Ray Liotta says, hey, I want to go with you guys. You want to go? So Duvall goes, should we take him with us or what? Should we take him with? I said, yeah, let's take him with us. Well, Ray Liotta, when the duck came, it came with the head on it, right? Yeah. And Ray Liotta goes, oh my God, it's got a head on it. So that's why Duvall goes, he goes to me, he goes, this guy doesn't like Peking duck with the head. What's the matter? So that's why in the scene, he just turns to him and goes, yeah, Peking duck. So when you see the movie, you'll know what that came from.
All right, cool.
So that line is in the movie.
It's in the movie for no apparent reason.
I love it.
Goes, yeah, Peking duck.
I got another question unless you got something.
I love it. I'm going to see the movie. Go ahead.
All right. Now, I'm going to ask you another question, but name the actor this time. Who was somebody you worked with that you were impressed with as a person, not as an actor or whatever, but just as a person, the way they carried themselves, what they did with charity, something like that?
I got an opportunity that, I've had that experience with a lot of people. There's a couple of people because they were real people. That's what I want to preface it by saying. You know what I mean? They were real people. Jason Robards was one of those people.
One of my favorites.
Okay. When we did Philadelphia, he was such a beautiful, beautiful cat, man. And we had like we're talking like this. We used to talk like that all the time. James Earl Jones.
Ooh.
I did a series with him, and he was such a gentleman, such a great human being to be around. I learned so much about the game of acting by watching him act. But in the quiet moments, he would just have a conversation, and it was good. So I've had a lot of great experiences. I've been blessed to be in a lot of wonderful projects. The great Ozzie Davis. When we did Miss Evers Boys, another great gentleman. I could go on and on because I've just been blessed, man.
Yeah.
I told you one time when I was on the show, my entertainment mentor was Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And so when I was doing a world tour with Liza Minnelli, and he and we were proceeding or following one another into the different venues around the world, right? And he just kind of put his arm around me one day. And I remember the first time meeting him, and he saw me in the show, and he came backstage and he paid me a lot of nice compliments. And I remember we were at Harrods in Lake Tahoe, and I said to him, he said, call me Sam. And I said, I could never call you Sam. I said, so I'll call you Mr. D. And I said, Mr. D, I want to thank you, sir, for coming in through the kitchen so I could come in through the front door.
Wow.
Wow.
That's an
we're going to end on that tonight. That phenomenal story. I mean, some big names that you mentioned there that we all love. You know,
Jason Robards is a name you don't hear a lot, and I remember him watching it in Max Dugan Returns. Was that his movie?
Yes.
That was a great.
Great.
I was blown away. That was my first time seeing it. I remember my mother going, yeah, that's Jason Robards. He's like one of the top actors. That was my first movie.
We are going to watch Obba on, giving it to us again.
On SWAT Sunday night, okay, CBS, 10 o'clock. Don't miss it. You cannot miss this episode. It's the season finale. It's going to be special.
And then we're going to look for you soon in Mississippi Scholar.
Yes, please.
Guys, I just want to add, next season, SWAT will be on Friday nights. It's being moved back to Friday nights from Sunday.
Back to Friday nights at 8 o'clock.
We will follow it anywhere. Obba Babatundé! We'll talk to you soon, Obba. Thank you
so much.
Thanks for
taking me so much. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
I threw out.
Good night. All right, so we're going
to
Butch.
Yes.
We're going to go to break?
We're going to break, and then we'll be back.
We'll be right back. Good.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Rossi.
And I'm Arthur Lee, the creator of LifeVac.
We're here today to announce that to date, LifeVac has saved hundreds of lives of people who almost died due to choking.
People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of those lives is a child. That's why I created LifeVac.
And as a new mom, and from housewife to housewife, I felt compelled to share with you the discovery of this life-saving device.
LifeVac is a simple-to-use airway clearance device. Just place, push, and pull to save a life.
And it costs less than it would take to fill up your car with a tank of gas. Imagine being able to save a life for less than $70.
To learn more, please visit lifevac.net.
That's LIFEVAC.net.
Please don't allow one of your loved ones to become the victim of a choking accident.
He's afraid he's going to say something at the... Hey!
We're back!
We're back. Our next guest is an EMT for 42 years.
Wow.
Right now from the Greenlawn Fire Department, at least that's where I met her, Karen Reim. I should have asked her how to pronounce her last name. Did I say it right?
It's actually Reim.
You know, I'm not a
professional. You had all day, John.
All day. I had freaking 3 weeks. I looked down at the name and I go, oh my God, I didn't ask you how to pronounce it.
Well, it's really not your fault. You should just change it and put an A in there instead of the E.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
Karen, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
We met Karen at the Greenlawn Fire Department, and we're having a comedy show. You think she'd let the comics be the headliners? No. One of our comics walks in the door bleeding, looks like he needs stitches. He's asking me. I go, let's get one of the techs.
Yeah.
And they get Karen to come over, and she takes care of Jim Andrinos, sends him out to get some stitches, and he came back in time to headline.
That's right. Gave me a little
now, Karen, did you come back and watch the whole show?
I was in and out on calls. I was actually the standby crew that night. So I actually got him in between calls. And what was kind of funny is he gave me like a little bit of a time constraint, like, can you get me stitches and be back here in 45 minutes? And I accepted the challenge.
Wow.
Because I told him, I said, don't worry about it.
I think I got
we have enough show, but you know how comics are, right?
And I was ready to take over as headliner.
Yes. So 42 years. I wrote on here 42 years.
42 years.
Tell us how you got into it, because this is not your full-time job. You volunteer doing this.
Yes,
You work in a office. I was going to say a colon office.
I do, yeah.
I know, but what is it called?
Gastroenterology.
That's it.
Gastroenterology.
She works there full time, right?
Right.
Yes, I do.
And how many days a week do you volunteer?
I am on for Huntington Community. I'm every Tuesday morning from 7 a.m. to 11. And for the fire department, kind of 7 days a week. You know, you answer from home. So it's whenever you're available. I do commit every Wednesday night from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. On their nighttime duty crew every Wednesday. But other than that, I answer when I'm home and I'm available.
So Richie and I can give you a jingle if we're not feeling good.
Absolutely. If it's nighttime, once I get home from work, pretty much.
You're a saint. You're going right to heaven.
Do you hate that? You must have everybody in your whole family and friends calling you for medical advice all the time. No?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Can you just look at this?
Yeah, you know, I've always been able to. Yeah, actually, people send me, especially my own kids.
They send you pictures now.
Oh yeah, pictures. What do you think this is? I'm like, okay, what body part is that, and what are you looking for? But yes, people ask all the time, what do you think I should do? I think I'm overall a pretty calm, mellow person. So if I tell somebody that they really need to see a doctor, they usually take me seriously.
Now we kid around about the colon stuff, but have you ever gotten a colon picture?
Picture? Oh, we have pictures every day.
Well, that's true.
We see everybody's colons. We do office-based surgery centers, so we do colonoscopies and upper endoscopies 3 days a week in my office, 3 to 4 days a week. So lots of colons floating around there.
Are they? But do they do any online stuff? I'm being serious. I'm not with the call. Like, can somebody go on Zoom and bend over and say, "Hey, take a look at that"?
Probably not. That's probably like a HIPAA violation. But I'm sure you could actually watch like a colonoscopy where you wouldn't know anything. Yes.
Yeah, that's probably why I got in trouble.
Look what Christine, my wife, wrote. Bring home dinner.
Well, I used to bring home like years ago when they had the pictures, and I used to bring them home because sometimes I'd be filing them. You know, it was just busy work, and I would take it home with me. And my husband would be like, "Okay, seriously, this is what you're putting on the kitchen table?" Like,
smart deal. All right, you're a hero. You're a hero. You're in our hero spot tonight. I know what you're going to say. I'm not a hero, but you're a hero.
Absolutely.
Give us one really awesome call where you really had to work hard and pretty much save somebody's life.
I actually recently had an elderly woman. Well, elderly. She was in her late 70s. She went to her son's house. It was a new house for them because they had just had a baby. And she did not realize she got up to go to the bathroom and opened the door thinking it was the bathroom, and it was the basement. And she fell down the entire flight of basement stairs. So when we got the call, we get typical full calls all the time. So kind of thinking you're going to walk in, whatever, they tripped, they fell, and she was literally at the bottom of the stairs. She had pretty much split the whole back of her head open. And the challenge was getting her out from the basement, up the stairs, onto the stretcher. And Huntington Hospital is only a trauma 3, and we needed to take her to a trauma 2 center. So we still had about 15, 20-minute drive, and it was pouring out. The entire time, trying to keep her awake, alert, because I really needed her level of consciousness, and keeping her calm. Her son was with us. And that was probably one of the most stressful. And the medic basically said to me, I can ride with you, but there really is not anything I can do. This is up to you guys just getting her there. So monitoring her and coming up with conversation. I mean, I'm in an ambulance with 2 strangers, and just keeping her, alert to talk to me the entire time. She was amazing. She was and it was poor. It was literally thundering, lightning. It was the worst weather you could ever imagine.
Now I'm assuming because when I was a firefighter, an EMT responder, they had to get somebody in a tough position who was heavy, whatever. the fire department would help them carry that person out. You had no time to wait.
No.
So
And
you guys carried her up the stairs.
Right. And it was a Saturday night. So, there weren't a lot of people around.
Right.
Young people do have lives.
Sure.
So there was only 4 of us, to literally get her onto the Reeves, get her up those stairs into the ambulance and drive there safely. We were on parkways, things that for us in Greenlawn, we don't normally have to go on.
I got a question. Do you ever run into like a situation where let something like that happen and you had to do something on the spot because you were never going to make it to
before you transport it?
Yeah, before
right.
you.
Well, we're very fortunate. We have paramedics pretty much on every call. Greenlawn is very, very fortunate for that.
Yeah.
So they're always there and we also, if it's a serious call, we not only get one paramedic, but we get from neighboring department, East Northport comes, and we have a few in our own department. So like on a cardiac arrest, it's not uncommon to have 3 or 4 paramedics there. So it's pretty
unbelievable.
We're blessed. It's incredible.
And they're all volunteers, or there's some paid?
The paramedics get paid. The rest of us are all volunteers.
Unbelievable. And you're an inspiration. I wouldn't, if I was in an ambulance and I was in bad shape, I'm sure you could calm me down. You have that demeanor. You can see that with her, right?
Yeah.
Very calm,
relaxing.
But it seems like you're an inspiration to not only others, but your family, because some of your family is also emergency responders or volunteers.
Right. So my husband and my son are in Greenlawn Fire Department with me. And
Right.
then my middle son recently graduated from the academy down in Florida, and he is a West Palm firefighter as of a few months ago.
Oh, unbelievable. And here's where the big shows, would now give her a wonderful gift. We have nothing. Our budget is very slim. Did I give you a T-shirt that night even? Did I give you a T-shirt?
You did.
I feel better about myself now. I couldn't remember. Like, you jackass, you should have given him a shirt. All right. So, Karen, thank you so much for taking the time to be on. I just love people around the country to see every night there are people out there doing what you're doing, right? While other people are sitting in, I'm going to wrap it up for the night. Something comes in, you're hopping off your couch watching maybe Obba Babatundé, but you hop off that couch and go out and help people, and it's awesome. You're an honor and a pleasure to know.
Thank you. And you guys are amazing too, just making people laugh.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
you're saving lives and we're making people laugh. I don't think it's the same.
I want to, in closing, say one thing.
Yes.
Famous comedian, Minnie Pearl. Remember her with the hat and the price tag hanging on it? She had a joke. She calls the fire department and she says, "It's an emergency. You need to get here. There's a man trying to break in through my bedroom window." And they go, "You're calling the wrong department. You need to call the police department." She goes, No. I need the fire department. He needs a ladder to get up in here. I
know where you're going.
I blew the punch.
Thank you, Karen. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time.
You never do it?
No.
He needs a ladder to get
No, I heard the joke. Let's go. Are we going to go? No. Commercial?
We're going right to her.
Great.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we worked with her for the first time a few weeks ago. We both really enjoyed her comedy.
She was great.
She has done, let's see, International Comedy Festival Seattle. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Comedy Festival. Baton Rouge Comedy Festival, Rubber City Comedy Festival, a lot of comedy festivals.
Making a name for herself
and
in New York
she's also a biochemist. Am I saying that right, Richie? Dr. D is here with us tonight. And she has her hair all done for us. I had the same hair. We would have matched.
Totally. I just permed my hair, so it's curly.
We love it. We got to do that with our hair.
Yeah.
Hey, D.
Huh?
Thanks for coming on tonight.
Oh, absolutely. It was so lovely meeting you guys and being on the show the other week. I had so much fun.
And it's not going to be the last time. What was funny about that night is we drove in with Maria Walsh.
Yeah.
And Maria was telling us everything we're eating wrong, right? She made you feel like you were there. And then we got there. What did we do? We had like 4 heroes, the two of us.
Heroes. That's all we ate.
And I offered her that hero. And you know what I loved about her? She ate it.
She ate a lot.
I love she ate a
right?
lot. Yeah, you ate a lot, Rich. He said he was watching you.
I ate two. I had one chicken cutlet. What's the other one? Turkey.
Yeah.
And what is funny is I went to one of the table trying to steal a sandwich from them.
Yeah.
And they were just so generous. So you want some salad? You want some salad?
Yeah.
Like,
They snapped the cover back down on me. I went to
No, they were generous. They were generous people.
No, they were.
It's kind
They
of
were
funny.
great.
So tell us what else you have going on.
Oh, what else am I going on in my life?
Yeah.
Oh, I just made myself a 3-course dinner.
Whoa.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, first course, Peking duck with head on.
Great.
Second.
Now, is Peking duck very big in China?
It actually is, especially in northern part of China, where I come from. We're really proud of the duck.
I have a question for you. In America, what do our Chinese restaurants make here that they don't make at all in China?
Everything.
Like it's Americanized here, right?
Beef and broccoli.
You don't have beef and broccoli in.
We don't have a broccoli. Broccoli is an American thing. Did you know this?
Oh, I didn't know that. Look at that.
Well, I told you that night. I think I told you I went to a wedding, a Chinese wedding, and I didn't recognize any of the dishes.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I was all excited. I'm like, oh, I'm going to have some dumplings and whatever, lo mein.
Right there.
Yeah, I didn't recognize anything.
Well, you're in the real stuff. That's the real deal. If you can own it, that's a real deal.
It was. So tell us a little more about what's going on.
Oh, yeah. So me and 3-course dinner, first course, I got to cut that duck grease off. So I had to have my second course to cleanse it up. I had a bacon.
You like bacon?
I like bacon. I do like bacon. No, I'm seriously. I actually do eat bacon every day. People don't believe it.
Yeah.
But it's good for you. It's really good for your mental health.
It is. How so?
Well, okay. Write that shit down, Rich. You got a pen and paper?
I got it.
It's great for your mind, okay?
Yeah.
If I'm depressed and I'm about to kill myself and someone offers me bacon and I'm going to wait. I'm gonna eat that bacon. Rich is actually writing it down.
Oh, yeah, he always makes those.
You told me to.
Yeah.
That's right.
I just scribbled down perm. He wrote down perm.
I'm gonna get a perm. That's bacon. You know what though? Let me ask you. You're a biochemist, right?
Yeah.
And why is bacon flavor changed? It's not what it used to be.
No.
It's
I don't eat bacon.
never the same.
I eat turkey bacon, which really is ridiculous.
Bacon was different years ago.
Yeah.
You think it's all the stuff they feed the animals?
Oh, you're right. I think so. And the pigs, probably the breed has changed.
The breed.
Yeah. Got all this genetic mutation thing that's going on.
Advertising.
Feed them less grain or like feed them the same amount of grain, but they grow faster.
Right.
So.
Yeah, they inject them right through the crate. It's terrible.
So this biochemist thing. So during the day, what is your job like? Are you working with? You're not talking to anybody.
She's a laboratory,
like in a lab, with not talking to people.
No, I don't talk to people. I would just silently working in the lab and making LSD, making crystal meth.
Wow.
We're talking about your job, Missy. Your job.
Well, that's where she makes her money.
I thought that's why she really seemed to enjoy our company.
Would you let her finish her
Oh,
bit?
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's not important. I'm just saying, like, I'm a little bit better than a guy from Breaking Bad. That guy.
Yeah.
High school. That's high school level. Okay. Good stuff.
Yes.
All right. Because I interrupted her bit.
Nobody could turn
out. We're terrible at this.
Nobody could turn out crank like you, right?
You should call Anson Williams. So, what I was going to ask you, and I forgot now, is you really seemed to enjoy our company that night. And when I went home, I realized that's because during the day, she probably doesn't talk to anybody. So we even seemed interesting to her at that point.
Right.
Because we don't usually get that reaction from people.
Right.
You know?
Undersell yourself. Very interesting. And you look like you're 50 years old.
Who, me?
Look at
that.
See?
Wow.
I want to hug her.
Yeah.
But I heard you're.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you work in one of those labs, like when you walk in, it's like you hear all the
bubbles, crazy things happening.
Everybody's doing this with their hands. Do you have a slide card to get in? Is it a secret lab?
No, it's not. It's not nothing you've seen on TV and sci-fi. Nothing as cool as that. It's just really boring day in, day out.
In other words, nobody wants to break in there.
No.
It's breaking good.
It's breaking good.
Right.
It's breaking good.
Breaking
so what else did you want to talk about?
Yeah, what other stuff you have? I thought you were so funny, right?
She was funny.
That night.
Yeah, I mean, people don't seem to know my name. My real name is actually spelled as D-I.
Right.
Right? Then only 2 letters.
Mm.
And I'm Chinese, so in Mandarin, D is actually gender neutral. And I got it because my parents were lazy.
Yes.
Now, when my mom was pregnant, true story. When my mom was pregnant, she was asking my dad, honey, how can we spend a minimal amount of effort naming this kid? My dad was like, oh, we're not picking a whole name. Let's just pick a sound. How about D? And my mom said, oh, no, it has to be something that carries high esteem. He's like, fine, Dr. D.
There you go.
That's it.
And there she is.
Great.
Yeah, I have to tell this part because you know what? A comedy master, a comedy mentor that recently adopted me as a mentee, Mr. Rich Walker.
Oh,
yes.
Wow, what a compliment.
Richie's very good at writing jokes.
Funny. She's very funny.
You know, Richie, you wrote me a joke recently that worked pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
And if
you did it the same night of that show.
Yeah, and you watch Richie's act and you go,
I don't get it.
But then he writes jokes so well, you know. It's hard.
You know, that night, I was laughing at the Richie's finger joke.
Oh, yeah.
That's a funny joke.
Yeah, I choked on the sandwich. I literally need parents, the EMT to come rescue me.
Wow.
I choked on it because I was laughing so hard.
All right, Dr.
Okay, so that
D.
was you.
That was her, yeah.
Okay, I figured it out now.
Yes. Dr. D, Miss D, tell us where to find you and where you're going to be over the next week or two.
Ooh, next week or so. I'm actually thinking to go to Tennessee.
Oh.
Good.
Yeah. And I might go back to Ohio because they're inviting me back for a comedy festival.
Fun.
I will kill it in the Midwest. Look at this.
Yeah, you would.
Yes. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to do our little show here, and we hope to have you back again.
I would love to be back again.
All right, D. We'll see you on the stage. We'll see you on the stage.
Yeah.
D. Thank you to Obba D. Obba D. What was her first name?
Babatundé.
Obba D. And Karen and Rich Walker. I never thank Rich enough.
Back.
And Butch for putting on a beautiful show.
Great job.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
You want to go to the diner?
Yeah,
We're going to the diner.
Thanks.
Take care. We'll see you next week.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Who's chasing the beer that circle the lips? Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.